Anti-Semitism released its 2025 Anti-Semites of the Year finalists. And I'm going to be honest, guys, I'm a bit upset I wasn't nominated, considering the only qualification needed is those that criticize Israel. I'm very serious. One of those nominated was actually the childhood educator, Miss Rachel. You might remember her from a clip like this.
Hi, friends. I'm so excited to learn preschool skills with you today. We're going to learn shapes, colors, numbers, letters, and have two really special guests.
Wow, Mrs. Rachel, look at that. Shapes, numbers, letters, and anti-Semitism, apparently. That's what this organization believes. So,
Colors,
I mean, I just really have to
numbers,
replay that.
letters.
That's hilarious. So this is the kind of people that the organization believes are anti-Semites. And there are a few other names on here that are just absolutely ridiculous. Some of those being Anna Kasparian, Cenk Uygur, Tucker Carlson, Guy Christensen, Marcia Cross, Bryce Mitchell, Cynthia Nixon, Sue Peters, and Carla Walsh. I think the only one that I think is a little bit is pretty hateful and derogatory would be Sue Peters. I don't know Bryce or Carla or Cynthia. Anna Kasparian and Cenk, probably some of the nicest people. Tucker Carlson, Guy Christensen are just criticize Israel. And Guy over here, the only thing this guy does, is continuously support Palestinians. But apparently, if you support Palestinians' right to exist, or if you love Palestinians, that's anti-Semitic, guys. You can't do that. You can't love Palestinians because you're going to end up as a top 10 finalist, apparently. So last year, for those who don't know, Candace Owens actually won, which is why she's not on here this year. I believe Nick Fuentes was also a finalist, which is why he also wasn't on here this year. Let me go ahead and share this tab here. StopAntisemitism reveals 2025 Anti-Semite of the Year finalists, led by Liora Rez, named its top 10 finalists, including Tucker and everybody else I just mentioned. Miss Rachel, known for toddler songs and Gaza child aid efforts, stands out amid criticism that the list blurs lines between anti-Israel views and bigotry. Absolute BS, as we all know. Past winners like Rashida Tlaib and Candace Owens highlight the poll's ongoing focus since 2019 as votes continue through December 12th amid divided opinion on hate's boundaries. There's no divided opinion, guys. This organization is absolutely ridiculous. Like, absolutely ridiculous. So here's the thing, and I really want to highlight just how ridiculous this is. Stop Antisemitism is a hateful organization that targets Palestinians. There was a time a few years back when Stop Antisemitism called out Virgin Airlines for hosting an in-flight menu that included a Palestinian dish. I'm not kidding. They actually went after the airline and forced the airline to remove the in-flight menu containing Palestinian couscous because apparently that offended Jewish people, or that offended Israelis. It was too hateful. You can't have Palestinian couscous as an in-flight menu. Let me pull it up here and see where it is. Let's see. Palestinian couscous somewhere on here. I bet you I can just pull up the article. Virgin Airlines Palestinian couscous. So that's the kind of thing. Here it is. In 2018, Virgin Airlines, let me share my screen so you guys can see this. In 2018, Virgin Airlines removed the word Palestinian from its Palestinian couscous salad in-flight menu after facing backlash from pro-Israel social media users. The airline later issued an apology for any offense caused by the change. So they changed it, and then they issued an apology for changing it. So this is how ridiculous this organization is. It angered pro-Palestinian supporters. The dish was maftul salad, a grain popular in the Palestinian territories, but it was renamed couscous salad due to the controversy. So you can't have a Palestinian couscous salad, guys. It's anti-Semitic. Just like Miss Rachel singing toddler songs and advocating for the lives of Palestinian babies is apparently also anti-Semitic. This is just how it is, because if you love Israel, you can't hope Palestinians stay alive while also supporting Israel. If you do, you're hateful. You're an anti-Semite, and you deserve to have your entire career destroyed. That's what this organization goes after. So let's see some of the other names on here. Anna Kasparian, she's pretty awesome. She's on the Young Turks. She was also previously on The View, where she said that she was angered by Emily Austin, who's a pro-Israel Zionist, about Palestinians and Israeli settlers taking Palestinian lands in the West Bank. Emily Austin then responded by saying that she's being anti-Semitic and a Jew hater for not wanting Jews to be in Palestinian lands in the West Bank, which clearly there would be no issue with that as long as Jews and Palestinians were able to build their homes equally on the same spaces. They weren't having their land colonized. They all had the same exact citizenship. They all had equal rights. But that's absolutely not the case, because Israel, as a Jewish state, which they themselves call it, is predicated, and its entire basis is on removing Palestinians from their land and sealing their territory. And anybody that goes against that is hateful, and they don't like Jews, is how the organization describes it. So what's also interesting is that the United Nations back in the 1970s, they actually voted on a resolution stating that Zionism is a racist ideology. This wasn't removed until 1991 because of the pressure that George H.W. Bush put on the United Nations to remove that designation, because there was a Middle East peace conference in Madrid, Spain that year. And George H.W. Bush thought that by removing that designation, it would make it easier for the Israelis to come to the table during the peace negotiations, which obviously they didn't. And I previously made a video regarding George H.W. Bush actually in an Israeli Mossad assassination attempt on him regarding that peace conference in Madrid. So if you scroll down my feed, you could take a listen. So this is what's going on. Zionism has been termed a racist ideology by basically every country, every non-Western country, which is really interesting, up until 1991. And it wasn't because there was a change of morals. It was because there was political pressure to remove it. That's the difference. If that resolution was voted on again, I'm sure that it would also be voted on in the exact same way, that it's a racist ideology predicated on the displacement of Palestinians, murdering Palestinians, and ethnically cleansing them. That's what's been Israel's foundational ideology since the beginning of its inception. So we'll see who ends up winning this Stop Anti-Semitism nomination. It's actually going to be pretty hilarious, especially if it's Miss Rachel. I'm putting my eyes on Tucker Carlson, but we'll see. I think that he has the largest platform, and people will likely be going after him the most. I also don't think he's an anti-Semite. He's made many statements saying he's not. He's hosted many Jewish people on his show, but of course he criticizes Israel and questions Israel's role in things like 9/11, the John F. Kennedy assassination. And if you simply bring forward facts like the Israelis that were detained on 9/11, or the Mossad influence in John F. Kennedy's assassination, simply bringing up facts or questioning them is anti-Semitic. So I think that he likely will be nominated. If it's anybody else, it's going to be pretty shocking. If you found this video interesting, make sure to click the subscribe button.